The crossbar or horizontal support, it's about just a little less than armpit high. The bed, of course, is at least 6 inches off the ground. Probably going to raise it to a solid 10 compressed. And this is all in an effort to minimize or prevent conduction. But I like the new concept of turning radiant heat to long wave heat energy or infrared energy, slowing it down through a plastic barrier into long wave heat energy. We did the gasket, we sealed where the air might escape with some grasses. Right. So we're gathering materials here for our combination long log fire and upside down fire or council fire. So we have a nice slow burn. We're going to start it off with 2 TP fires, maybe 3 across the top here, so that it burns slowly down like a candle. Also with this raised long log upside down fire combination, we don't have to worry about snow melt taking out our base, so we'll still have nice warm coals. When you gather grasses across in the field over there, did you use a stick to beat the snow off, or?
It was already, the wind was blowing so hard out in the open that there was no snow accumulated on the tops of the grasses, so I'd just grab a bundle and just kind of spin it in my hand like, turn one of those old drills, and they just kind of broke up, and I started tucking the top thirds up into my vest like I do anyway, just to add insulation. So now it also gives me my fire starting, my tinder. So nice. Kind of doubles up. Keep my tinder nice and dry, and me nice and warm until I find, until I'm ready to start my fire.
20. The thermometer is in 5-degree increments.
Okay, so
let's call it 17.
17 degrees here.
Can you see me?
I can see you barely. I can see your hand moving.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up.
From this angle, it looks like we're roasting you.
Mike, where's the door? The other side? Yeah, by my feet.
So when the little red thermometer pops up, that means the camper is done. We're finding that as long as there's flames, this shelter works great. There has to be flames. In this balsam fir forest, this fuel creates great flame, but it burns quick. So you're going to be in and out of your shelter a lot to change over the fire. If we could do a self-feeding fire with some hardwood logs, or with little ramps here instead of the upright stakes, so that as one log burns, the next one feeds in, I think that would be more efficient than even a star fire, where you have to keep throwing the end of that tree in little by little.
Oh yeah, dude, we are up to 60.
So the reflector wall, chinked with snow, not planned. Then seal it up to prevent the convection issue. The hardest part to seal up is the feet, which is also the entrance. But everything else was pretty easy, using mostly natural material. But yeah, 90 degrees inside, 17 outside. 17 outside. Wow. That's not too shabby, man. Nope. You can see where the ridgepole, we jammed some grasses in here to create a seal or a gasket so the air wouldn't leak out. One of the other options I was contemplating was a fold, like a sandwich fold. The only convection I feel is around the door by the feet.
Yeah, that needs
work. We can tuck that in a little bit.
I think a better door system and maybe possible igloo.
Right. The tarp is an 8x10. The plastic is some spare greenhouse plastic we had kicking around, and I cut it to fit the opening. Yeah, maybe 12x6. Because the overlap on the tarp here is about 1/3 to 2/3 down, so that it would really take some energy for the escaping air to leak down and out and around. I want to do a shout out to Dave Canterbury and the Pathfinder crew. They hold great space for using what works. We want to have a backup lighter while we learn our ferro rod. We want to have a backup ferro rod while we learn our bow drill. We want to have a backup working bow drill while we learn bow drill off the landscape. We want to have a bow drill off the landscape while working on our hand drill, so that the proficiency level increases, but while you work your edge, you're not putting yourself at risk, right? And that's the key. Throughout all of this, you're going to see ferro rods on people's hips, lighters in people's pockets, because as you work your edge, failure becomes your teacher. It doesn't become the thing that puts you in the ground.